one of the most important things I've learned in my 20-year journey as a financial advisor is the importance of being able to make quality decisions when you don't have all the facts. And unfortunately, retirement, when to retire, falls into that category. We just simply don't have all the facts, and we never will, right? What's our health going to be like in our 70s and 80s? When are we going to die? Heck, we don't even know what the tax rates are going to be for the current calendar year until January 1 happens. And even then, they might go back and retroactively change things. So unfortunately, there's a lot of unknowns. I tell people that retirement planning is a lot more like poker than it is like chess, right? In chess, you can have, a multi-move strategy. In poker, you have to make the best decision that you can. You don't have perfect information, and it's like retirement planning, unfortunately. But the sooner you can get comfortable with that fact, the sooner you can make better decisions for you and your family. So let's go for a walk and let's talk about these things and how you can make a better decision, given that you're not going to have perfect information. You're not going to have complete information, let alone perfect. So one of the things is balancing risk, right? What risk makes sense? What risk are you taking on? And anytime you eliminate one risk, oftentimes you're opening the door to another risk. So let's start off there. What are the risks when you make the decision, I want to retire now? And which risks are bigger in your life? So let me just ask you a question. I'll start it off with a question. Which is harder to control? Which is harder to make up? Is it harder to make up money that maybe you wish you had a little bit more money? So is it easier to make more money? Or is it easier to regain your health and vitality at my age, probably at your age if you're watching videos like this? And then the last one, which we know the answer to, is it easier to make up more time or to make money, right? Obviously, it's easier to make money versus more time. And not only can we make more money, but we're humans, right? We're adaptable. If we find that our expenses are a little bit higher than what we wanted them to be, if we find that our returns are not what we hope they can be, we can adjust. We can make changes. Maybe you take up a part-time job or you get an online job, or you adjust. We're human. We're adaptable. And the reality is, many of you are going to die with millions of dollars. And I know that seems hard to believe, but I've seen it play out many, many times. People that had postponed retirement, they wanted to get all the ducks in a row, and I get that. This is not being disrespectful towards that at all. I totally get that desire. But then somebody passes away at 68 or 70 or 60 or 50, 55, whatever the case is, right? We don't know. There's just so many variables out of our control. I'm going to give an example. If somebody has $1 million, a husband and wife, and they're 60 years old, and they get joy from doing simpler things in life. They like to hike. They like to ski. There was a time not that long ago that skiing was an expensive sport, but now with the annual passes, it's not that expensive. So they like to do outdoor activities. They like hiking. They like the simpler things in life. They don't need a lot of money to enjoy life. Let's say the Monte Carlo simulation, which is just a statistical measure that people like myself, financial advisors, use. Let's say that tool says, you have a 95, a 97% likelihood of doing well. In most of those cases, a couple like that is going to die with millions of dollars. So a Monte Carlo simulation basically takes actual returns of the stock market over the last close to 100 years, randomizes it, and kind of simulates 100 different or 1,000 different or 10,000 different lifetimes. And it says, in 97% of the cases, you did not run out of money, right? In the worst 4% of the cases, you barely had enough money to make it, but you made it without running out of money before you ran out of life. But, you know, if you look, let's say there were 100,000 sample lives run. If you had a 50% likelihood of reaching your goal, that would mean that in the 100,000 lives example, 50,000 lives you did really, really well. And then in the lower 50,000 lives, if you had a 50-50 likelihood, it means in those cases you ran out of money, right? But you're not going to let that happen. You're going to make adjustments along the way. So, you know, I think it's perfectly normal to want to play it safe, right? We want to play it safe with our money, but we also want to play it safe with our health, right? The number of years, like for instance, for me, I really want, and I can't control it, but I'm doing everything I can do. I really want at least 10 healthy, active years in retirement, right? So some people play it safe with money, but then later on, they're like, you know, I was being foolish. I was being reckless with protecting my years of healthy, active time. Don't take that risk. Don't let that be to you. Don't let that be you. Also time, right? I mean, let's say I get my 10 healthy, active years and then I can't travel anymore. Well, it doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun anymore, right? I'm just going to do different types of things. I'm going to spend time with my adult children. I'm going to visit with my friends. You know, I won't be able to go hang gliding and paragliding or mountain bike riding anymore, but I can still have a lot of fun. So I want you to be every bit as cautious with your protecting your healthy, active years as you are with your money and making sure that you have enough money. I'm not saying that you throw money aside and it's not an important issue. It's a super important issue, but it's not the only one, right? So that's the point I'm trying to make there. The other thing is, you know, I've mentioned this on my channel before. Work is stressful. Now, at my stage in my career, likely at your stage in your career, we've been doing our job so long that it doesn't feel stressful. But I can tell you the vast majority of people when they retire say, you know, I didn't realize how much stress I was under. And oh my goodness, you know, it's this huge weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. And, you know, oftentimes when you've had that kind of stress for that long of a period of time, it's going to take your body time to recover. So you don't want to take it right up to the last minute and then say, okay, you know, now I'm stress-free, because it's going to take you time to become stress-free. It takes time to heal. I'll just leave it at that. I think enough said. And so if you enjoyed today's videos, I do want to give credit to a book that I think you'll find very helpful. But before I share the book, if you've been enjoying the video to here, as the kids say, thumbs for likes and subs for love. And leave me a comment. I love reading the comments, so thank you. And a lot of the thoughts here, you know, particularly the thought that retirement planning is more like poker, and making good decisions about your retirement is more like poker than chess. That comes from a book called Thinking in Bets, with a subtitle, Making Smarter Decisions When You Don't Have All the Facts. We don't have all the facts. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If you like this video, I know you're going to like this video up here where I talk about average income in retirement for Americans, and this video down here that talks about 5 reasons to retire as soon as you can. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.